collectors, this is Paulette. I am behind sharing quite a bit of my Stampin' Up! Stuff, so this is like 4 different orders. I got these envelope liner dies, and they are by Sizzix. They're framelit, thin die. These coordinate with 3 different sizes of envelopes that you can order from the Stampin' Up! Catalog. It is my understanding that you can also buy this largest envelope at, I believe it's Office Depot. It's the same shape envelope. But what I did was, I came home and I just looked at my envelopes and my envelope dies. And this is actually an envelope die from AccuCut. And this just worked really, I thought, fine inside this envelope. This is a little A2 envelope. And the key to using the liners is you only want to put your adhesive above the fold line here on the flap, not down here. If you put adhesive down here, then this will bind when it opens and shuts. You know, of course, if you're mailing it, that's not going to matter. People are going to tear it open here at the top anyway, but if you're hand delivering and people are going to open like this, you only want that adhesive up here at the top. So just really fun. If you go to Dawn's stampingthoughts.net, she has some fun video tutorials on other ways to use this. She's got a little gift card holder and even another fun project. I can't remember what it is right now, but just some fun things. This stamp set has been calling my name. That moose has been calling my name for quite a while. So I finally got him. It's called Walk in the Wild. This stamp set runs $14.95. And it's just, you get the pheasant and the little quail too, and 1 sentiment clear mount, which is still the benefit of the red rubber. And I think what I'll do, I think I'll come back and give some tips on how to color, not color, you know, enhance these images a little bit, and some inspiration on how to color them. Here's another darling set, Wetlands. I love the Canadian geese. We have lots of Canadian geese in Springfield, Missouri. Every time I go to town, you see them. They're either flying overhead or they're stopped to eat or rest. And so I had to have this. I love this kind of little wheat image, and even these little petrel birds that, you know, skim along the edge of the ocean. This has 3 beautiful sentiments: a thank you, a birthday, and thinking of you. This is a hostess set that I chose. This was a $10 value. I don't think I said what this one was. Wetlands was $16.95. This has this beautiful little bluebird, kind of a poppy image, a leafy berry image, and 3 beautiful sentiments: birthday, sympathy, and thanks. And I also got this set, Perfect Blend. This coffee cup. We drink Starbucks every now and then, and so I just had to have it. And it's a nice large cup. That's probably at least 3 inches tall. And it's just wonderful if you watercolor it. Here I've cut this out on some watercolor paper and doodled on that with my Crayola washable markers, and diluted that and stamped and diluted the center. And I just think it's a lovely size. If you've got a 1-inch circle punch, you could make your round image there for the center and put anything in it. If you have little calendar stamp sets that have, little hearts, shamrocks, Easter images, I mean, just on and on. You could cater this cup to any holiday, and that's what I loved about it. We also give Starbucks gift cards to people, so I just think it's very versatile. This set was only $10.95. And then, of course, it's got these two fun little things about coffee. Coffee and friends are the perfect blend. Given enough coffee, I could rule the world temporarily. Yeah, until you crash. So, just really cute, really fun. You've heard me say my 65-pound weight cardstock isn't cutting it anymore, so I've been ordering, this is a couple different orders, cardstock from Stampin' Up. It is a nice thick cardstock, and it's an 80-pound weight. I don't see it on this one, but I did read it over here. 80 pound. Okay, right there it is. So it's 80 pounds. So it is a thicker cardstock. It's much thicker than the 110 pound white Georgia Pacific from Walmart. Something's happened to the Georgia Pacific cardstock. So these run $6.95 a piece. This one is Tempting Turquoise. You get 24 sheets per pack, and I cut them open here with my little craft knife, and then they sit in a metal file cabinet just like this, all lined up, and then I can see and get what I need. I also chose this Brights collection. You know, Stampin' Up's they've got their Brights collection, they've got the in colors, they've got the neutrals, and so I have such a hard time picking colors, so I thought, well, I'll just get the Brights pack and that'll satisfy. That way you can look at every color, and if there's something in here you love, you can order a pack, a solid pack of it. This one is Pear Pizazz. I really wanted the Lucky Limeade because I have the Lucky Limeade stamp pad, but this is very similar. It's just a very nice, pleasing green. And then I also got Calypso Coral, which is this kind of peachy orange, which is just delicious. Love it. So, and these would probably, I'm going to imagine these solid colors would work really well with the stamp pad that's the same color as that. You know, in the background, it would be kind of like using Versamark. So, I think that would be fun too. I also got the Stampin' Trimmer, and you know, we use this at card class. Dorothy has this at class, and oh my gosh, it just cuts like butter. So I had been debating this one or the Fiskars that has that little, the little metal wire, guide wire, and I ended up just going ahead and getting this. It has a little locking mechanism up here at the top that will secure that, and you need to do that because this little track that lays in here, the blade runs up and down this, is loose. And I guess it's loose so you can turn it over because it's exactly the same thing on the other side. So I think if you mar that, you know, if you stick some other kind of scoring tool or your bone folder in here, eventually that's gonna probably wallow out, and so you can flip it over and get double life use out of it. I wrote on my score blade and my cutting blade. The Fiskars trimmer, the light one, cuts, and I kept trying to cut with the score blade here. So I just wrote on there. That way there is no confusion for me, and that works out good. There is a really long arm on here. It comes out to 14.5, even past that. So if you're a scrapbooker, this would be really good for you. It has a little storage area in the back. I'm not sure this was planned out very well. The bone folder just barely fits in there, and that's the Stampin' Up one. If you've got a different one, you're in trouble. Will not fit in there. It'll fit over here. But then you can't put pens or pencils over here because that won't shut. So I'm not sure what the thought was on all this extra. I mean, that could have came clear out to the edge. But anyway, there's 3 little spaces here. You can put your cutting blades in one. You could put a flat eraser. If you have a flat eraser, you could put a flat eraser would fit in one. It has these really nice silicone feet. And when you sit it down, it's down. So, very nice. This runs $29.95. With tax and shipping, I think it was about $35.50. Yeah. So, as usual, if you have any questions, be sure and give me a shout. I've got other things I need to get doing. I've got a Joann's haul to share. I've got, I want to talk about some of these stamp sets, what to use for inspiration to color these and different ways of coloring those. I think I'll come back and do a separate video on that. And I think that's it. So thanks for joining me.